Imagine, it's 1.5 million years ago. Our early ancestors have just figured out how to create fire. It's a game-changing moment in history. They have been surviving amongst the elements, living in darkness and cold. Then suddenly, they have a source of light and warmth. This incredible newfound ability to control fire transformed their lives, and more than 1 million years later, our lives, in unbelievable ways. This discovery was much more than just about warmth and light. Fire had become a central part of human existence. It provided protection from predators and allowed humans to venture into colder climates, expanding their territories. There may be one additional groundbreaking feature often overlooked by our science books until now: cooking. Cooking over fire broke down molecules in food and made it easier to digest while unlocking more nutrient and caloric intake, which had a profound impact on human health and evolutionary development. It could very likely be the key to understanding why we, humans, are the most advanced species on the planet. Indeed, we are the only animal on Earth that cooks their food. The energy saved by eating cooked food versus raw would have fueled the growth of our brains, setting us apart from other primates and paving the way for the development of complex societies and cultures. Before fire, our ancestors ate raw food. This meant tough, chewy, hard-to-digest food. Hours spent gnawing on raw meat and fibrous plants meant burning a ton of energy just to get a few calories. But with fire, everything changed. When food is cooked, it breaks down, becoming softer, making it easier for our bodies to digest and get more nutrients. Suddenly, our bodies can extract more energy with less effort. And that means one thing: we get more energy to do something else. Anything else. Other than simply looking for food, chomping down food, and digesting food to keep us alive and active. It meant that we could eat smaller portions while extracting more energy to keep our bodies and minds fueled. And it didn't stop there. Cooking eventually changed our anatomy through evolution. We didn't need those huge jaws or big teeth anymore to chew through raw food. Our bodies could now afford to shrink our digestive systems, another energy-saving move. Even more incredible is the change that cooking allowed for our brain anatomy. Today, humans have the largest cerebral cortex, which is the cauliflower portion of the brain, larger than any other species in the world. By large, it does not mean by size or mass, but rather by the sheer number of neurons in this area of the brain, and thereby behavioral functionality. If you consider that this region is known for its higher order or human properties such as reasoning abilities, emotional regulation, memory, decision-making, etc., then it would make sense that it is in this region that humans are most advanced anatomically. But then, how did it come to be this way? Cooking. As the hypothesis states, it all comes back to cooking. Our brains and all of the neurons therein are quite expensive calorically. In order for another species to have the ability to expend the kind of energy we humans do on just our brains, they would have to intake a much greater amount of raw food, to the point that it would become practically impossible. The very fact that we as humans are able to do this comes from the evident fact that our ancestors started cooking their food. Cooking also wasn't just about biology, it transformed our social lives too. Preparing food takes time, it takes cooperation. It's a communal activity that brings people together. Imagine early humans gathering around the fire, not just for warmth or protection but for something much more profound: cooking and sharing meals together. This simple act of preparing and eating food could have been the foundation of our social structures. This could have been the spark for language, social bonding, and community building. The fire wasn't just a place to cook, it was a place to connect, to share stories, and to build relationships. It was the heart of early human society. Who would have thought that something as simple as cooking could be at the heart of what made us human? From the earliest days of our ancestors gathering around a fire, to the sophisticated kitchens we have today, cooking has always been a central part of our lives. From the first flame to our modern kitchens, cooking is more than just about eating. It's a way to bring people together, to share stories, and to create memories. The act of preparing a meal can be a form of expression, a way to show love and care. It's about how we think, connect, and evolve. Cooking teaches us patience, creativity, and the importance of community. Whether it's a family dinner or a gathering of friends, the kitchen is where bonds are strengthened and traditions are passed down through generations. So, next time you light up the stove, just remember, you're part of a tradition that helped shape the very brain you're thinking with right now. Subscribe for more mind-blowing science stories.